What's up, guys? Welcome back to Nate's Room. I got my boy Drew be do on Nate's Room. He's a videographer.
Yo.
My man does stocks, crypto, you name it. He's been in all types of lines of work, and we're just gonna pick his brain a little bit and see what's good with my dude, man. What's up? What's up, Drew? Welcome to Nate's Room, dog.
What's going on? It's good to be here.
Yo, how you liking the room, bro?
I like it.
Yeah, the setup's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feeling it's a little messy, but I'm working on it. Like I tell my audience, dog, like I'm a work in progress, because the whole concept of Nate's Room is like, is your room a reflection of you in the world? Like, if you keep your room messy, do you think like you keep your bed messy, is like your shit all fucked up out there, like you're unorganized or whatever?
That's true as facts.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing that really changed, it was like minor things that I also watched on video too, is like making your bed every morning. Yo, I used to be lazy as fuck, get out of my bed, shit's all messed up. And then all of a sudden, like when I started just changing that one little thing, like make your bed every morning, I saw some video that said something about like when you do that, you feel like you accomplished something already.
Right.
To get your day off started. So then you go ahead and you start accomplishing more and more, like you start getting a schedule going and consistency.
Right.
So it's like little things like keep your room clean, organized and stuff, all that shit. Definitely a reflection. I feel it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Good to hear that take on from Drew, man. Yeah, Drew got the gems, dog. Like, I just want to do a quick like how we met and stuff like that. And I just want to let the listeners know everything about that as far as who you are and stuff. But I just want to take it back to memory lane. I think I first met you when we did that shoot for ADD, I believe, was it? And you came through and we was looking for people to come on set and shit. And it was at a school.
It was at the school,
yeah. The school, and then you had dreads.
I did,
that shit was fucking
did.
Crazy.
You said the theme was ADD?
Yeah. Nah, because Russell Simmons peoples had reached out to us.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And they're like, yo, can y'all do like some content for? And we're like, all right, cool, shit. And
you're roasting the teacher.
Yeah.
The teacher roasted you back.
Yeah, exactly. It was Julius and Greg, and they're roasting each other.
Yeah, I think that is it. Yep.
Yeah, and that's when I first met you, and then that's when they told me like, oh yeah, we went to school with Drew, and and was it Coral Square?
Charter.
Charter. Yeah. Coral Square Mall.
Yeah. Charter school. Yeah.
Charter school. Okay.
Yeah.
So just going back there, like were you, Julius, Greg, and Dave? How did y'all know each other in charter school? Y'all just kind of was like the type of thing where like, oh, what up, Drew? Like, or y'all had classes together, or was it like y'all chilled together? Actually,
to be honest, I don't know. I don't really remember, but I do know. Middle school, that's when we all like knew each other because it goes from like 6th grade to 12th grade, and I want to say like Julius was in my class, Greg obviously, but Wink, he was younger than us. I think he was like a grade lower than us or something like that,
right.
Or maybe
he was like 2 grades lower than you guys. Probably.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
infant.
yeah, we knew each other, and then what's it called? Julius and Dave went to Coral Springs High, I think.
Right.
They didn't stick to charter. So yeah, we knew each other by like, middle school. I don't remember if we all had classes, but charter school is so small that you know everybody.
Right.
Literally, like every grade, everybody knows everybody. It's
right.
like 1,200 students and like from 6th grade to 12th grade. So, or maybe 2,000. I don't remember, but it was something small.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah.
So let's just get a quick summary of you and like your path and where you are today. And where you trying to head to, like just a quick summary of Drew Burks, man.
Shit, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, like I think everybody can feel this is you can set a path, but the life of journey and stuff, you're always switching up. You always find something new that you want to do or whatever. So.
Right.
But one thing I can say that I will accomplish and that I want to accomplish is I want to create a movie one time. That's it.
Nice.
Anything else, like in between, is all fun and games and extra. But like before I die, I'm creating a movie for sure. Filming it, shooting it, editing it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's all. I don't care about the money, nothing like that.
Exactly.
That's all I want to do.
Once you shoot it, get out of the way. Like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah, that's it.
Take that off the list.
Right.
Got it.
That's it.
Dope.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, just having fun, enjoying stuff. In this day and age with social media, you see so many people like do new things and stuff. It's like, damn, let me try that. That shit looks like fun. So it's always switching up for me as far as like things that I like doing and stuff. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, I also wanted to ask you about, because I want to educate the people a little bit about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and I know that we're into like kind of the same things, and I think that's how we hit it off too, is because a lot of the same things, like you're into like the stocks and shit and finances, and and you're getting your credit right, and like, and then also like motorcycles, that type of shit, and just like different little shit. We'd be like having the same interest and you're relatable with certain things. And I know with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the world that, you know, a lot of people perceive is like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? Why should I get a Bitcoin? Why should I invest in the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency? What is this shit?
Right.
Do you think you'll be able just to explain a little bit about it, and maybe, because obviously we don't know 100% what this shit is, right? And
in one word,
maybe
it's a scam.
Don't invest.
Don't even look to be honest, to the average person, like, you know, thinking that they're gonna like make a ton of money or anything like that, it's not gonna go like that. Especially now, right now, I still believe in it. But it's like so manipulated, and so like whatever, you'll lose a lot of money getting into it if you don't know what you're doing and stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, it's the future. It's gonna happen regardless if people want it to happen or not. It's just a matter of time. It could be 20 years from now. It could be 10 years from now. But I think that's one thing that people like fail to understand, is that it's such at the beginning stages right now. They're thinking that, you know, they put $1,000 or $20,000, they're gonna be a millionaire by next year,
right?
Or in 2 years, and probably not.
Yeah,
they did catch that first wave, you know, Bitcoin going from like 50 cents to like 20 grand or something like that. But I don't know. To me, like, it could happen again. It could go further than that. It might not even be Bitcoin. Who knows? But yeah.
And you've been in the stock market since you were like young, right? Like, I think you told me like in your teens, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't in it, but at 5 years old, I learned it and understood it because one of my friends, his family, put me on to Disney when I was only like 5 years old. So he comes from like a wealthy family.
Right.
So they're like big collectibles. They kind of like taught me the game of collecting and holding on to shit and stuff. Oh, can you curse on?
Yeah, of course. This is Nate's room, baby. Come on, Drew be do.
You know, YouTube rules and stuff.
Fuck
like
this
that.
shit.
But yeah, I mean, as far as like Disney, like I think she only put like, when he was like all her kids, she had 3 kids, put like $1,000 to each of them when they were like baby, or not even born. I don't know. But put them in accounts for them for Disney and stuff, and it blew up. So it was like, yeah. So I mean, like that's when I learned, like at 5. Like crazy, like young age, but just
and
like,
that's crazy that you even remember that shit. And you're just like, damn, all right, Disney stocks, like, oh my god.
I'm cursed with good memories, so it's like, it's
damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, but other than that, that's the first. To be honest, Disney. After that, it was like, I guess it kind of stuck with me as a kid. That's the only stock I've never sold. That's the only one that I bought, and like other ones I traded, I played around, I bought, I sold. Disney's the only one that I bought and then just kept adding on. Never sold once.
Wow.
Yeah, and
so it's like a long-term thing for you, like
Disney's not going nowhere.
Wow,
nowhere.
You don't think so?
No.
Especially when they just came out with this Disney Plus subscription. It's just
you
crazy.
Really want to run it down, like yo, the shit that they're doing, like between the movies and the theme parks and stuff, and they just bought Marvel, Star Wars.
Oh my god.
They just what else did they get? Marvel, Star Wars. And then they just did the purchase for Fox. I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I do.
So they own like Simpsons now. They own, they got like X-Men back from Marvel.
Whoa.
So the amount of money, like I don't remember. I don't remember what the deal was.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been like a couple $2 billion, but they're gonna make that back within like 2 years. So it's like, and then it's straight from profit from there. And then Disney Plus that they came out. That's what everybody's talking about right now. Disney Plus. So it's like, Disney's not going nowhere. They're monopolizing. I'm honestly surprised that they're getting away with this shit. They're getting away.
But how much is their stock right now?
Shit, I don't know. It's in 100, like 100 something.
$100-something?
Yeah.
That's not fucking bad.
I haven't checked in a while, but I think earlier this year it was like the low hundreds. Now it's maybe like 130, 140 a stock. But yeah.
Why do you think it's like important to invest into like stocks? And again, guys, this is not investment advice. This is just strictly 2 guys talking about finance, all right? Like, but why does Drew Burks think, it's a good idea to try to, look into this stock stuff or the cryptocurrencies or whatever else where you can make an investment? Why do you think it's a good thing to do?
I wouldn't do it just because everybody else is doing it, I would only buy stocks or cryptos because you truly believe in it. Because you yourself see like potential in it. Because if you don't, if you're just buying blindly because everybody else is doing it, if it crashes, you're just gonna burn with everybody else. But if you like really see a future with it, like you can identify it, go with it and stuff. But other than that, it's smart to get into stocks because it's the number one way to make the most money. Like anybody, like all the extremely wealthy people, they all have stocks. And another thing is like real estate, like buying and flipping real estate. So other than that, I mean, you have to be like coming from like an oil company family or something like that to make the big, billions of dollars and stuff. But that's why I would say like get into stocks. It's not a must, but it's going to make your future like a hell of a lot easier and smoother if you do everything right.
True.
Yeah. There's like guaranteed ways too and stuff, but as far as like, investing, like you're guaranteed a certain percent, but that's playing a long, game. So, yeah.
So what advice do you have for like a kid that's like, oh shit, even an adult that's making like $13-14 an hour and, they don't got bread and they're just like, damn, how do I grow this thing or how do I just even find an investment or whatever? What do you like suggest for them? Like not financial advice, of course, but just you just giving out some like, okay, some gems. It's like, okay, whatever.
Well, the number one thing is, like you said, someone that's not coming from a lot of money or they're barely making it by, you can invest. Like you don't want to spend, you don't want to play the long game and have money like you can't afford to put out for the long game, so that's how to go broke real quick. So the first thing is like, what I try to tell people is make sure you start getting comfortable with money. Like make enough where it's like you could put some to the side, whether it's long term or you're okay with losing it. Because if you're not, and some people say, oh, I'm okay with losing it. They lose $50 and they're like going ballistic. You know?
Right.
But I mean, like truly be like, if you put $1,000 down or $5-10 whatever, like be really like okay with if I lose this, I lose it. That's the thing with me. Money comes and goes. So it's like you lose it, whatever. But for someone 14 years old or like just getting in the game, let's say they're working and they're making $10 an hour. What I tell my friends and everybody too is like, okay, the next step is try to figure out how to make $1,500 an hour. Or if you're making like $500 a week, try to figure out how to make $1,000 a week. Wait till you start getting comfortable with money where you're able to use it and lose it, and in like stocks or crypto or anything.
Right.
And then it starts getting fun after that. Like you start like really. And one thing I learned off of somebody I used to work with is the more money you spend, the more money comes back. And I don't mean like going to McDonald's every day and like buying like McChickens or whatever or anything like that. I'm not saying like that, but the money you spend on yourself, like invest in yourself, it could be anything. But like the more money you push out on yourself, it starts coming back a lot quicker and faster. And I didn't believe it at first, but then when I started like, the more I pushed it out, it was like, it was coming back real quick and tenfold, like 15-fold and stuff. So
basically, I think basically you're saying take risks.
Yeah. Right. Take risks for sure.
Because if you don't take any risks, you have your money in a savings account and you just throwing it in the savings account and that's it. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Save your money, but exactly. Life
Walking
is a
outside is a risk.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, and the world's crazy. But yeah, you definitely got to take risks. You got to, like, as cliche as it sounds, like you don't want to like have any regret in life. So like that's how I kind of live by. Like you can't take the money with you anyways. Right. So you just want to make sure that like you just kind of do it. You don't want to go bankrupt. You don't want to like get your check for the week, $1,000 or whatever it is, and then like spend it all, like gamble or go to the casino or something like that. But just kind of play it smart too.
Right. Yeah, man. And also, okay, going back to crypto, I know we got kind of off topic, but that was needed. It's a great answer. But like the future of Bitcoin and crypto, right? So what is your understanding of Bitcoin and crypto, like in the whole field? Like what is in blockchain and whatever it is? Like what is your whole understanding of it?
That's a wide question.
Right. Okay, so
no, I'll simplify it as far as like I mean, Bitcoin is obviously the first of its kind. If you don't know too much about it, it's a type of blockchain where you can send anything from like currency to like contracts and stuff like that, all like privately and also allow the world to publicly know this information too in ways like, you know, tracking like blockchain, like the addresses and stuff like that. It turned into more of like a currency because there's a limited number. There's only going to be 21 million and stuff like that. Right. The way it's mined and everything. Truthfully, Bitcoin might make it. I'm not too fond with Bitcoin. I mean, I've invested in myself a couple of times, but
yeah, you invested from way back, bro. Yeah. Like 2013, right?
13, yeah. Shit. So like, but I only bought I think it was like $300 at the time. I only bought like 10. So
yeah, but that's fucking good. I mean, but, you know, but when you I remember when you cashed out. I remember when you cashed out at what, 3,000?
Yeah, it was around like 2 or 3,000. I think I sold some at 2 and some at 3. And
amazing, man.
And then 4 months later.
Yeah, 4 months later, what is it, 20 G's?
Yeah, 20,000. So,
yeah, that was wild.
That shit hurt.
Yeah, but the thing is, you did the right thing still because
I know, yeah.
as an investor,
you made money.
Yeah, you made money,
right.
and then on top of that, you knew that was possibly the top, you know, the peak, right, because you know, but you still made money, so you came away good.
Yeah, it sucks seeing the 20 grand too, but to be honest though, I made way more money when it crashed.
You shorted it.
Well, in ways, yeah, but I just rode the waves. I saw like, you know, the patterns and stuff like that, and I just kind of just followed like not just Bitcoin, other like, you know, the top 10 cryptocurrencies, just kind of kept up with them and just followed the waves, because when it was crashing, it would go down and up and then down more and down more. I mean, it eventually crashed to its lowest points again, but other than that, like, I just kind of rode the wave as far as that. But one thing I will say is I'm not in crypto at all anymore right now. Like, I totally sold everything. Because Facebook, the Libra that's coming out.
Oh shit! You think it might kill everybody?
I don't know what's gonna happen with it, and I just know that they have the power, they have the network, they have the connections, they have the funding, they have everything in order that Libra could be possible. I mean, people don't believe this at all, and they'll even call me stupid for saying, they're like, oh, well, this and that, it's pegged, this and that. Real crypto people and stuff, they know the potential dangers of Libra as far as like, it's not what everybody wanted it to be. Everybody wanted to get into Bitcoin because it was early. They can invest in it and make a ton of money. Libra, you're not going to make shit. You're not going to make any money. And like,
because you can't get in on anything.
Well, you can, but it's like, you can buy Libra. Like, you can convert your money but from what I understand, it's like you put in $1, you make $1, and it's pegged. It's never going to go up. It's a stable coin. Yeah. So it's like you can't make any money off of it. Right. And only like, I don't remember the exact term they used, but they were looking for like private investors at the beginning. Like, we're talking about people with millions and millions of dollars, like to help fund the whole project. So they're going to make money off of it as like a project standpoint, but not the actual, what's it called? The worth of Libra coin or something, because it's always going to be $1. And I think people, you know, I've talked to so many people and they're like, oh, you know, it's not going to work, this and that, it's a scam, blah, 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 this and that. That's how everybody looked at Bitcoin too. Right. And on top of that, like I said, the power that they have, they're threatening governments right now. Like, they're going to court right now with governments all around the world because governments know, they know, like, they think Facebook's up to no good right now. They think, like, they're trying to become, like, the new world order as far as like, you've seen what they did with the presidential election and all that. They really do have that power. So it's like manipulation and stuff, and if they hold like currency, that's the thing is, if everybody converts their dollar into Libra, think what just happened there. They killed the dollar and they made Libra the new currency, like the new way to send and receive money. Also, like, as far as taxable situations and stuff like that, America has no more control over it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Libra, like, that's when I sold everything. When they announced it, because I originally was in Stellar heavy, and everything Stellar XLM stood for, that's what Facebook did. Like, they copied like literally the exact advertisement for it and everything. Shit. And just made their own version. I'm like, all right, this is going to be fun to watch. Like, this is going to be a game changer. And right after that, I was telling people, I was like, yo, Stellar's going to crash. And, like, I sold out. It was at, like, 13 cents or something like
Oh,
that.
you got out at a good time.
Not really. I mean, I took some losses with it.
Yeah, because I think you got at 20 cents or something.
Yeah, I mean, it peaked at, when Bitcoin was at like 20K, it peaked at like $1 or like 90 something cents or something like that. And now it's like 7 cents right now. So, but like I said, I rode the waves like and everything on the way down. So like I made money off of it, but you know, I also lost. I wouldn't consider loss. Overall, I made profit off of it, but I could have made more. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I could have had more money as far as like if I played it more smart. But once I saw that like Libra coming out, I was like, no, like get rid of
game
it.
changer.
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
that's an interesting take on it. That you say that because you're right. A lot of people in the crypto industry, they're like, oh well, there's no way this is gonna pass because like Visa just came out, PayPal just stepped away, Uber just stepped away because these were all the investors in Libra, and they all stepped away because of the battle that Facebook is battling with Congress and shit like that to get this thing going. And they're all kind of scared. All these investors are backing out, so now everybody's like, nah, it's definitely not gonna work. Damn. But you could be right that's what they said about Bitcoin. They literally said, oh, it's not gonna work, and then it ended up going up. So this could possibly take over the whole cryptocurrency industry and stuff like that.
And that's a big thing, not to cut you off, is as far as like Bitcoin, it's a way to send value around the world without like any fees, like or the lowest fees possible and the quickest transfers as well too. Right. So that's the thing. Money's outdated right now as far as like credit card processing or like sending money through banks and everything. All these companies are trying to learn how to send money from here to another country or here to another state with as cheap as possible and as quick as possible because our money transfer right now is outdated. It's outdated by like 20, 30 years.
Right.
So that's how you look at Libra. That's what they're going to do. It's going to be instant. Like it's going to all around the world is going to be instant. It's going to be no fees at all, or if there's any fees, it's going to be minuscule. So as far like it's going to Bitcoin and all those Stellar, Ripple, all those ones that they say, oh, these are going to be the next, they're outdated now. They're already outdated. Yeah. Now Libra's the new one on the block, if you want to suppose to say. But that's why it's like right now, you can still make money off of crypto because it's constantly going up and down, even though it's small plays. Like,
it's volatile still.
Yep. And then, but as far as like an investment standpoint, if you just want to put money in and then just sit on it, it's a scary time right now because it could just crash depending on which one you're in and stuff.
Right.
Until they make a decision on Libra, and I know Libra is gonna go through. It's gonna.
No, I know it's gonna go through, but damn, it's tough because I don't know. There's just so much utilities in these other cryptos, man. That like Ethereum, like I don't think Libra will be able to attain what Ethereum's gonna be able to do, like give us a decentralized internet and stuff like that.
Right.
And then you got Bitcoin, which you know people are still fighting for it to this day because of its anonymity. I mean, it's not super anonymous, but it's still you know doing its thing, and the fact that it's not linked to any central banks or anything like that. Like it's no you don't know who created it. It could be the government, whatever, but we still don't know who created it. There's no person that you can knock on the door and be like, all right, we're taking this shit away, right? So but because of those things, like Facebook has super control and they have such a bad reputation of like what you said with the whole political thing and them doing all types of shit and having the power that they have to take people's data and do wrong things with it, sell it and do all that. I don't know if the people, well, we might not have any choice, but I'm hoping that more people can understand Bitcoin or see the use cases, and hopefully Bitcoin could come out with something so that everybody could see it and be like, oh shit, yeah, we got to go this way and not the Libra route, and make sure we don't have Libra come, arise. And then that way we can build a new market for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and it'll be a new market, and millennials and everybody else who love this shit can make money off of it. It'll be the new stock market, and we can have fun with this shit and make money for next generations. You know what I mean?
That's the goal. That's honestly the dream for it. But as far as speculation wise, that's all it is. It's all speculation.
It is all speculation.
Like, so I'm not gonna go and sit here and say, oh, everything I'm saying is right. Even though I said, like, I think I know Libra is gonna push through, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be the next Bitcoin or anything like that, or it's gonna dominate them all. That's what I'm saying. It's only kind of like my opinion on what I see, you never know. Like, I could be spitting like just straight bullshit, and like none of that comes true. But at the same time,
it's a possibility. That's the thing. And the fact that it's a possibility, it's a risk, a big risk on having your big chunk of your money into like cryptocurrencies right now, especially. Right.
And don't get me wrong, there's some people that I'm sure right now they're looking at as like, this is the lowest mark of crypto. I'm getting in right now. This is it. It's not going to go any lower. And they could be right. It could blow up. Like,
or they could be wrong.
Yeah.
And it goes down to fucking shit.
Bitcoin earlier this year in 2019, I think it hit the lowest. I don't remember what month it was or anything, but it hit the lowest like $3,000.
Yeah. That was January.
And a lot of people were like, this is it. This is the low. This is the low. Like, get in now. Get in now. And I was watching. I was feeling out. I didn't get in right away. I sold. It started crashing, so that's when I sold. And, I mean, it crashed from, like, I don't remember. I think, like, 6 or 9K and then went down to 3K. And so I sold. Like, I have my stop losses and everything. So once it hits a mark, that's it. It gets rid of it and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, people were like, yo, this is the low, get in now. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, if it crashed like this, you know, it is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. Some people really read patterns and see, like, manipulation and stuff like that. And they're right. Doesn't mean they're going to be right all the time.
Exactly, yeah.
But then that shit went from 3K to, like, 13K within, like, 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months, yeah. So it was like, you can make a ton of money. Like, some people don't understand investing. Like, they think, okay, you put $3,000 and it goes to 15K, you only made, like, I don't know, like 8 or whatever it is, you know, $12,000. It's not how it works. Like, these people have, like, mad money.
Yeah.
They have, like,
so they'll put $100,000 and be like, oh shit,
and double that shit. Now they're a millionaire, like, straight up. So that's how you got to look at it. You got to look at it as like, man, like, there's money to be made. And then it went to 13K, and when I got back in, it went to 5K, and I started, you know, all of a sudden I started, like, setting up charts and everything of possibilities of what would happen, and it triggered a fractal of mine. And from there, it just popped. I started reading charts, and it was falling to the T, where it was going to be 20K by the end of July this year, 2019. It was going to reach back to its peak, and it started falling to its T. So I got in at 5K, hit 13K. I'm like, no, it's going to 20K. It's going to 20K. And like I was almost guaranteed. I was like, this is it. Like, it's going to 20K. And then it crashed back down to 11K. So I like sold at like 11.5, and it hit my stop losses again. So I was like, all right, fucking, you know, it crashed and everything. Now I don't remember last time I looked. I think it's at like $7,000 or $8,000.
Yeah, it's at $8,500 now. Yeah,
so in my opinion, my fractal just got tossed out the window now. Like, you know, you got to make a new game plan as far as like if you're trading and everything. But right now, I could be wrong again. It could go back up, but I think it's going to come lower again.
But you definitely agree it's something to watch and to research and to like see if it's something.
You can make money right now. Like getting in, or people swing trade like from 8,000 to 8,500.
Right.
And then they sell, and then they'll like buy back in, or they short it,
and just make friggin' like $3,000 a week or something, whatever.
Some people are making like $1,000, $10,000 a day doing it and stuff. So, you know, that's how they survive. Like, you know, and keep up with their lifestyles and stuff like that. So some of them people still.
I wouldn't recommend trading that shit, man. That shit is way too volatile. Unless you're like a super professional,
But I mean, if you kind of like see patterns and stuff like that, and like I said, you want to put
technical difficulties, folks. Gotta get the G4.
So I mean, as far as like I said, you don't want to get into it blindly. You don't want to like take people's opinion off the internet and invest with that opinion and stuff, because you'll lose money quick. Yeah, I've done that in 2017. Oh man, I was listening to everybody. Right. Everybody was like a financial expert. Yeah, everybody was an expert in 2017. I even thought I was a financial expert. No, I always said like, this is my opinion. Like, I told people like, don't follow me. Like, I don't want like the guilt of like people investing because of something I said, and like they lost a ton of money. Right. Like, bro, you said this. I was like, bro, like, what do you want me to do? Like, but yeah, I mean, as far as like I said, you can make some decent money right now, like doing crypto and everything. But if you know what you're doing, same thing with stocks. Like, get into it. Only invest something unless you're really trying to learn how to like trade. There's a lot of scams on the internet too, as far as like, you know, people sell like memberships, like, oh, I'll teach you how to trade, buy in my $200 a month or $100 a month membership. Those are all those membership things. Those courses scams. They're scams. Because if they're making any type of money, this is how I look at it. If they're making real money trading and stuff, they don't even bother with that membership. That takes too much time and too much.
Right.
They'll make people doing the memberships make a ton of money, but they're like scamming people. You know. And that's the thing. Is like if you're really like a real trader and you're making good money,
there's no way you would have time to friggin' maintain all these subscriptions.
How are you gonna sit there and like make, whether it's like 10 grand a week or $100K a month, and be focused on, you know, $100 memberships? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, even though there's big money in that if you get a lot of people to like subscribe. Right. But I know some people that are like making, like I said, like 500K in 6 months. They're not interested in like scamming people or like trying to create memberships. They even tell like, yo, follow my Instagram, like watch how I move and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna charge no money. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, like I take losses every day, so it's, they kind of let them know like, yo, I'll show all my losses, I'll show my profits, I'll show how I do this shit and how I make money. So that's how I kind of look at it.
Damn, that's dope, man. You have some interesting takes on and perspectives on the markets, man, which is cool. And I'm pretty sure you're getting into real estate as well. And you said you had a property. I don't know if you sold it. I think you said it was in North Carolina. And you had got a piece of land just to sit on. And I don't know if you're thinking of building on it or anything, or just selling it.
I still have it.
You still have it?
Yeah. Okay. It was like $20K or something like that. But I mean, as far as like that, I honestly wanted to like flip land at one point because I was like reading. That's how Ty Lopez started.
Oh, he started flipping land?
Yeah, he started flipping land and everything. I didn't know that, though. I didn't, like, see him do it, and I wanted to get into it. I was just, like, I'm interested in the countryside. Like, I like large properties and stuff, best bang for your buck. Like, I'm the type of dude, like, I want to build, like, a small house on, like, 100 acres.
Right.
Just be dolo. Like, not that I want to be secluded, but if I want to go vacation or anything like that, I just want to kind of be on my own, like, and just invite friends, come party, come kick in, like everybody's just chill, like away from, you know, the city, like just a mental thing too, like get away from the city and stuff like that. Just be like in the thought process of everything.
Right.
But I mean, I thought about flipping land and everything. It's a hard market. I think it's gonna be the future soon too, like as far as like really making a ton of money off of it, just because land is becoming so scarce now. Like, if you notice these big condominiums getting built and everything, I mean, it's going to be a long time before, like, what I'm thinking, but at the same time, like, land is getting bought up like crazy all the time. So, and big developments, communities, cities, residents, you know, they're all, America's always growing. So it's like, I remember when my mom, she bought her house in Coral Springs in, like, Broward County for, like, 70 grand. Her house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it was like it was a duplex, a single family home, like 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, I don't remember. But and then she still lives at the house, and it's worth $320,000 now, like 30 years later, 20 years later, something like that. So, and it's projected to only go more. So you can imagine, like, if you buy these, like, you know, these lots for $5 grand, you can even get them for $1,000.
Right.
Or 20 grand or whatever, and you have waterfalls in your backyard and shit, and then 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that
especially with technology growing the way it is and the space that we're gonna need, like and the thing is, like, in the future they're saying that we're even gonna have stackable houses, like stackable homes, where, and you see it in the movies where friggin', like, you'll have this sick ass home, but it'll be in like this little box and other homes are stacked on top of it. And it's like they're trying to make more space because everything's being bought out and everything's being, so basically the super wealthy will even be in these little boxes and stuff, like these little stacked homes and shit. But I think it's good to buy land for sure. It's a good idea. But I also want to talk about when you used to do videography, and I remember we were talking about it downstairs a little bit, how when you got out of it. So I just want to just touch on when you were doing videography, you were filming music videos, like you said downstairs that you kind of got overwhelming. Is that right?
Yeah, overwhelming.
Like it was just pretty much just too much shit, and then you were doing your podcast as well. Yeah. And then you were also doing something on the side as well, or was it just those two things?
Like different.
Yeah, you're always in different stuff.
That's the thing.
And then you were doing things that, like, projects that you kind of didn't want to do, and then you would put your own projects that you would really have a passion for to the side, and that kind of turned you off. You're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go make some bread and get off this whole videography shit. Like, I just want to talk about that moment when you made that pivot.
Yeah, I mean that pretty much sums it up to the T. I was doing video production. Long story short, blew up pretty quick. A lot of people were asking for my services and stuff like that, and it came to a point like I had other jobs too, so I was like making money, and the video shit was fun. Like it was fun. It taught me a lot. Gave me a lot of experiences. Met a lot of people. Network, you name it. Like taught me a lot about business in general. I remember when I first started. Like before I get to your question, I remember when I first started. Like I was scared to ask people $50 for a music video. Like I didn't feel like I was worth it. You know.
Oh, I know
taking,
that.
Yeah, like taking people's money. It was like I don't feel confident, or I feel guilty almost.
Right.
Like I just picked up this camera. I don't really know how to use it or something like that. But long story short, people started coming up to me like, "Yo, your videos are sick. Like, how much do you charge?" And like, it was a long story short. It was a whole like, it was a growth thing for me. It was like I started becoming like comfortable asking for people like, "Yo, this is what I charge," or "This is what I do." And then like I started thinking like, "Damn, I can make more money." Like let me like I started learning things instead of asking people like how much, or I charge this, like I charge $200, $400, $500 a video. I started saying, "What's your budget?" Because then you start, just learning the ways of growth of like your own business and stuff like that. And then it became overwhelming, and it started turning into I was accepting everything, because as a freelance job, you have to accept everything, and that was like my main source of income at the time. So I said yes to everything, even like months from then. Like people, weddings, real estate, whatever. Like, hey, can you do this? And 3 months from now, I'm like, yeah, let me book it down. Boom, put it in my calendar. Seal the deal. So even when I was filling up the spaces in between, it was like, it started like, I started saying, damn, like I almost don't even have time to edit this stuff. Like I have so much shoots going on. Like it was like, damn. So there was times where I'd be at my house and I would just edit in my room 12 hours, like sitting in front of my computers, knocking out everything I could. Go to sleep, wake up, next day, same thing. Sitting in front of my desk 12 hours, just knocking shit out. And it was just, and as I'm doing that, I have more people calling me like, "Yo, can you shoot this Friday? Can you shoot this Saturday?" And I was like, and I'm not going to lie, like when I was first charged, this was only when I was charging like, I don't know, like $400 a video or $200 a video and stuff. I've gotten paid as much as like $2,000 for a video and stuff. That's the highest I've gotten paid so far for a video project. So it was just like I said, as a freelance, you couldn't say no to any of this, because you can have a hot month and then the next month have no work at all. So that was my mentality too. I was like, all right, I got to take it. And then everything like burnt me out. Maybe I just don't have the entrepreneur, like I don't have the ambition, the drive to just power through it. I don't know, but it was like, it started becoming overwhelming, where it was like, you were doing too much work for a little pay and stuff, in my opinion, because I was making more money doing other jobs too and stuff like that, like all types of jobs that I had. But then it came to a point where I was like, man, like when I first got in these videos, I really enjoyed doing my own projects. That's when everybody saw it and like saw the editing and stuff, because I really had fun. Like it was my vision. So it started turning, when I was doing other projects, I would edit it, and I would send it off, and not often, but like sometimes be like, hey, can you switch this? Can you change that? Can you do this?
Yeah, a lot of changes.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not really mad about that. I feel them. It's their vision too. It's their project.
Client,
But then it also changes your style. Like this is what you wanted to do with that video, and now they're like, oh, can you change this? Sometimes like I felt like when they would tell me to change it, like the things they would want me to do kind of made it like lame.
Yeah,
like,
whack.
Yeah, so I was just like, that now you're putting your name on that too. So it's like, damn, like I just kind of wish like more people put it like, yo, just creative control, do everything on your own and stuff. And to clarify that too, as far as like, there was some things that I would slip in a video, like I wouldn't catch on, or I wouldn't think of it, that some people told me like, hey, do this, and I'm like, yo, that is a good idea, like yeah, I'll do that. So it was a learning curve too, like it was a learning process. It was fun, like creating with other people and having them like their inputs too. But it started like the pivot, like you said, it was just, man, like all that started building up. I didn't have no time to do my own personal stuff, and every time I did my personal stuff, it brought me to a new level. Like it allowed me to like, because then I would look up YouTube videos, how to do this editing or how to do this effect, or I would see another video and be like, I want to try that in a video or something like that. So when I saw that and I was able to manipulate it in my own project or whatever, that's when all of a sudden people are like, yo, you can do that? Like you can edit like that? And I was like, yeah. And then they're you got to learn and stuff like that. And with these budgets most people had, I wasn't able to do stuff like that. So when I was investing in myself, when I would put the money or whatever, the time, the thought process, the creation, it was just like, oh man, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then next thing you know, I was able to charge more for videos. So it was like every time I did my own personal project, it opened way more doors than doing other people's projects and stuff like
that's interesting, dog.
Yeah, and and I'm not getting paid for it either. It's my own personal stuff. If anything, like depending on what I did, I spent money on it or whatever. I invested into it, bought new camera equipment or whatever the case is. So that's when I was like, I got out of it. I didn't want to do videos. Period. Not even my personal.
You got turned off. You're like, fuck this.
Creative passion just died.
It's funny because the same thing happened to Dave when he was editing Timeline.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was just so much. He told us it was just so much. He said it in the podcast when we had him on here earlier, and he was just talking about how it was just so much like that he was editing, and it just think about 10 episodes, 25 to 30 minutes each episode. You gotta edit. You gotta get all the sounds right. You gotta get all the music. Like,
tedious work.
Yeah, and then he was just like, yo. I don't think he like. Had went about it differently, I feel like if he kind of broke it down maybe. But he even said like it was just, even if he was to do that, he felt like it would have just been too overwhelming for him to just take on. Like it was just so much, it's too much of a project. It was too big. Yeah. He said like if he like back then he probably would have got somebody to help him edit or like give it to somebody to edit, and then he just watches them edit, and do it that way. He underestimated the project, and he said he went through a little depression mode because of it, was like it was just crazy. And then we even seen it, he was just down, he was just like stuck in his room. He said he don't want to see no fucking editing no more. Like he's it was wild.
Yeah, and it's funny you said like he wanted to like get other people to edit too. I tried that too. Like I was taking on so much work that I was like, let me build this into a production company like from my hands. And I had this big vision and everything. I'm like, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. I'm gonna do this and that. And I did. I got like saw these kids are the kids that I chose. Like I specifically chose them. Even one of them was my nephew, and I see potential in him too. But some of them were like that I met in Church by the Glades and like other things like video college and stuff like that, or just passionate, just doing videos. But anybody I picked on my team, truthfully, they were better than me. Like their editing and stuff, like these kids were like up there, like and
super kids.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to like honk my own horn and stuff, but I'm saying like they were literally better than me as far as editing, like what they were able to do and stuff. And so I was like, I want them on the team, I want them to do this stuff. And it was just funny because most of my work, like I said, was music videos. So they didn't really have experience with music videos, or at least very little and stuff like that. So, and especially, rap videos. And these kids, you could just tell they weren't into rap or anything.
Yeah. More like Baby Shark and shit.
Yeah. So like when I pushed on the work onto them, they edited. I even showed them, like, I would try to, like, here, like, do this, do that. This is what they like. And I would send it out to the clients, and they'd be like, nah, like, change this, change that. So I would tell, as a learning curve, I would be like, yo, they're not mad, but change. This is how it works. Like, yo, they want this change, they want that change. And it was just constant back and forth. And then I literally had clients tell me, like, bro, did you edit this? And I'm like, no, I didn't, to be honest. I should have said yeah, but I was like, I should have took it, but I was like, no, I didn't, to be honest. Like, nah, you edit it, bro. Like, you edit it. And I was like, at that point, I was like, damn, like, I can't have anybody else do what I want to do.
Just like with the podcast, like how you wanted to like have the people run the podcast, and then but it always ended up like you being the core foundation for it, and you had to stay there to make it like
you can't have everybody like drive your passions.
Right.
You can't have everybody, or you can't rely on anybody to like to do what you want to do or do what's in your mind and stuff. Some people don't see the same vision or anything like that, so you really got to knock it out on your own. You can get help along the way, but you can't put anything on to someone and expect them to do something. You just kind of let them join the team. If they contribute, then good, but you can't like leave the task on them and expect them to execute. But yeah, I mean, going back to the depression and like you were talking about Dave and like the creative process, that was the same trap I fell in, like depressed and everything. There was a lot of things going on in my personal life too, but that was just like the icing on the cake.
Right.
And I had like $30,000-$40,000 worth of camera equipment, and so I sold it all, like everything. Like,
and then I'm sorry to interject, but I remember you telling me a situation where you knew somebody who got their shit fucking robbed on
multiple times.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
I remember you told me just one time, like somebody like basically knocked the dude out, took his shit and all that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not gonna say no names, but I know somebody that was doing a rap video. At least the story from what I heard, he just finished a rap video. I think he was like packing his stuff or something like that. Like he was packing it up and he was leaving the scene, and I guess people that were at the shoot like took an AK-47, boom, hit him in the head and took all his stuff, took all his camera equipment, knocked him out. Like he was out cold and stuff, and luckily they didn't shoot him or anything like that. Get like that. Yeah. So, they knocked him out, took his stuff, and that was always something, being like doing rap videos.
Fucking dangerous,
stuff.
man.
Yeah, I mean, when you work with obviously there's some people that I talked to that seem sketchy, like that you knew off rip they were up to no good.
Right.
Then there's an artist that you work with, where they have good intentions for you. They want to work with you. They like you, but they put you in bad situations. So like bad locations or around like the wrong people and stuff like that, where you knew like I wasn't comfortable. Like I knew like
I think his name is Ronald. And Ronald, what up, B? But I just want to share this real quick because I know it happened to you too, where somebody just broke into your car. I guess he was on a shoot or something. I don't know the exact details, but they broke into his car, took all his shit, and that's like you said, like maybe $40,000, $30,000 worth of shit. And I was like, damn. And he started a GoFundMe to try to get some funds back to at least start up again. And I was like, damn, I felt so bad. I made sure I threw some cash, like
right.
But it's like, damn, it could get dangerous, man. Like
they tried to break in my car.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was at. I'm not gonna say any names. I don't want to like put anybody like bad and energy their way. But I was at a shoot and I didn't notice it right away. But like I'm very like in tune with all my equipment and my my car and period and everything like. And at this shoot, I was stupid. I was in the wrong area. There was a lot of people there. There was like 1,000, 2,000 people there.
Oh shit.
And maybe more. But we were. I was going to and from the car because I couldn't carry all my equipment. I had drones. I had stabilizers.
Hold on. You were doing all this yourself? You didn't bring like a PA, like somebody to assist it and be like, "Yo, Tommy, get me that fucking shit."
Gun. Like that's the thing. Damn, is if I did everything professional, I would have to charge way more. Like,
yeah, right.
And nobody's. That was one of I think my selling points. Like I
right.
was decent quality or maybe good quality in other people's eyes, and for the price point too. Like, couldn't be beat.
Right.
But it was just running back and forth in my car, like, getting the drone or getting this camera, or getting this lens or doing this and doing that. Because I didn't want to carry or put it down somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I wanted it either on me or in my car. So at least it has a sense of protection. And, like, later on, I didn't notice it right away, but when I came home, I saw my lock on my car. Someone, like, shoved, like, a screwdriver in there. Like, busted the whole lot. The door handle was busted. I'm surprised they didn't get in there and get the stuff. But the door handle was like busted open and everything, and it was all. I couldn't even use it no more. Like it was on the passenger side, the key lock for it, and it was like, yeah, they tried to get in there. They used it from the shape of the way they jammed it in. It looked like a giant like screwdriver or some shit.
Damn.
And they tried to pop the lock, and that's when it was like one of those like icing on the cakes. I started seeing. I was like, yo, it's either I stop fucking with rap videos, like I stop fucking being in that environment, that location. It's not all rap videos. Like I'm white, and my mom tells me all the time, it's those rap videos. You know what I'm saying? You're hanging out with a bunch of goons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, like honestly, I would have to say like a good like 90% of my clients, like they're not even on that goon shit. Like they're on that like they watch like Dragon Ball Z, like they're like that type of rapper and stuff. Like,
Gold Rush surprised me,
right?
Cause like he was into a lot of stuff. Like he was talking about Anunnaki and shit. I was like, hold on, the aliens and shit. He's like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck, Gold Rush? I was like, yo, that's dope. But yeah, right.
And that's the thing is like they were really cool people and stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? They weren't talking about robbing, shooting, killing. Like I had a couple clients like that, but like I said, 90% of them like. They were on that like cool like chill rap. They weren't on that like shoot, rob, steal, like fuck girls, get money and stuff. Like it wasn't like that. And my mom didn't understand, so she only like classified like rap as like, that's all.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So she was always like, it's gonna happen to you. I'm telling you, I'm scared you're gonna get shot or something. I was like, chill, like it's not like that.
I got this, moms. Don't worry. I've been out there.
Don't get me wrong.
It could happen, but the thing is, I feel like also the energy you bring too. Like if you bring in that type of energy and you're scared, like, and you're the type of person where I know exactly, they'll feed off, and you're the type of person to be like, you're looking at your surroundings, you're like, all right, cool, bet, all right, but I'm gonna get this shit done. But at the same time, you got your guard up, but you're not like, oh, fuck,
right,
oh fuck, what's gonna happen now? Like, oh shit, what's that cat doing over there? What you about to do? Like, you're more like, all right, let's get this shit done. I got my eyes open, I'm ready, and your energy is not focused on, all right, I'm about to get robbed today. I can possibly get robbed today. It's kind of like, I'm just gonna be aware of what's going on.
Another story, like make it real short. I was at a shoot, and I could just tell the energy was bad. Like bad location, a lot of people there. The artists came there acting like everybody like fucks with them, like yo, like they're cool with them and stuff. And I was seeing the opposite. I was seeing like they're envious, they're jealous of this artist. Like these people don't want him here. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah, like. Just the way like they, you know how the crowd reacts. So when I saw little things like he had his boys there too, like his peoples were there and stuff. So he was trying to get everybody like this is just some examples that I saw and stuff. But he was trying to get everybody in the video like as like props or like cameo in the back and stuff, and nobody was fucking with it. Everybody's like nah, chilling off on the side, just kind of watching, you know. And he's like, yo, everybody come through, come get in the video. If you want to be in the video, come through. It's gonna go on World Star. It's gonna do this and that. They're like staying aside.
Shit.
So I was like, all right. Like,
that's not good.
Yeah, like it's like one thing, and then another thing is like some of them were straight disrespectful. Like you know, as a music video, like you have to have like the music playing, and so you're filming, so you can kind of match it up. You edit and stuff, like, and everything. So, bro, they're coming with their loud ass systems and like putting it over our music and stuff like that, and like
no way.
Yeah, like they were telling them like, yo, literally like, yo, quiet that shit down, like we're trying to do something here, and they would turn that shit up louder, like you could like straight disrespecting them and stuff.
Yeah, they definitely didn't respect that guy.
That's what I'm saying, and like I had told him, I was like, bro, like I don't feel good about this place, like this doesn't feel like the right vibe and stuff. And he's like, nah, it's cool, we cool, this and that. I was like, all right, whatever. And he wanted me to get, I don't want to like put it too detailed, but he wanted me to get this shot, and we're basically. I had, as soon as we finished up, we were going to another location, and I had to like pack up my shit, put it in the car or whatever. And he's like, yo, I want to get another shot of me like driving away, and like you film me driving away or something like that. I was like, all right. So now I got to take all my shit back up, set it up and everything, and I'm gonna film him driving away, and now I'm here on my own, like chilling in the wrong spot, like. So we did it. And I was just quick with everything because more and more people started showing up. It was a scene,
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So more and more people started showing up. I got the shot. I was like, yo, that's it? It's good? We good? He's like, yeah, we're good. So I was like, all right. And he was already driving down the block waiting for me to like come follow him for the next location. So I'm like putting my shit together quick, like packing it up again, put it in my car, get in my car, and I'm driving out. So I'm trying to remember correct. So it was 3 cars. It was us 3 that were leaving. And so I left. I got out of there, and as we were like pulling out, he has one of the artists that he was featuring in the video was in the car with him, and I was in my car, and we were like driving away from the scene.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like I'm looking in my rear view mirror as we're like driving, and there's a big crowd, like fight, like World Star type shit, like. So I said, oh, there's a fight going on over there, and the dude that he was with, one of the artists that were featuring in the song,
right.
He's like, nah, this is my hood, I gotta go back. And then he literally like jumped out of the car and ran over there. And I seen him, like the guy that got out ran over there, and he started fighting with somebody. And I'm just, me and this artist are now like just sitting in our car, like maybe a block away or so, just watching this from like our rear view and kind of like turning around watching it. And as he's fighting, the person he's fighting all of a sudden like runs off into the car and like the driver's seat and reaches for the driver's seat. And it's too far to hear or see what's going on.
Right.
But you saw him jump in the driver's seat, and then he turns around, and everybody scrambled, hit the floor, like ducked down and stuff. I don't even know if he fired off a gun or if he pulled out a gun or anything like that.
Tell me you hit it. You hit the gas.
Yeah, we left. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the artist I was with called him up. He's like, bro, we got to go now. Like, let's get out of here, this and that. And I see, it's like your intuition's like, like,
right.
bro, that shit could have happened literally like 10 minutes ago and we would all been there filming
right,
and stuff like
right.
that. So that's what I mean. Like, it was just like little things like that. I was like, man, even if I do rap videos again, like, I just don't want to be in these situations.
Yeah, in those situations, yeah.
Another one in Orlando, like, we got shot at. Like, literally, like, we got shot at. And, so it's just, I mean, when you tell your friends too, like, yo, we got shot at, they're not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even people like Rick Ross are getting shot at their shoots and stuff like that. So it's like, it doesn't matter how big you are, there's people hating out there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And that's just how it is.
Wow, that's freaking crazy. That's some wild ass stories.
Yeah, so,
I had no clue. Drew's over here. Drew helps us out, like, and he helps us film like our little films. And who would have known that Drew's freaking dodging bullets in these scenes? I mean, these streets, freaking, like, filming for these rap videos and stuff and shit.
It was only the rap videos too. Like when I was doing weddings, real estate, when I was working with you boys, like not even the slightest, like you know, the atmosphere and the environment, nothing.
You know,
like
rap videos, and you know, y'all gotta get better, man. Y'all gotta. Had some technical. Like I said, guys, this is a new podcast. You know, still growing here in Nate's room, just trying to figure this thing out. Drew, thanks for being patient with me, man, and killing this interview. The last thing I wanted to talk about was your new venture that you're into right now, which is dog treats.
Yeah.
Are these like regular dog treats? Is there something different about these dog treats, or? I know you have a love for dogs, so I want to talk about your love for dogs and you getting into this venture for sure.
This is pretty a wild turn on the interview,
yeah.
Nah, for sure, definitely. If anybody knows me, huge, not even just dogs, just like pets in general. Like, I fucking love pets. Like, animals, anything like that. Like, I respect them 100%.
Yeah.
Like, but as far as like dogs, love dogs. I have my German Shepherd myself. Got him as a puppy. If you're a dog owner and you're a true dog owner and you love them, like, you'll do anything for them. Like, that's part of family and stuff like that. They can't speak for themselves. They can't make their food, like this and that. So you got to do everything on your own. And so I try to take care of my dog as best as I can. And going into the new venture, we got these yummy combs, and basically, it's almost it's everything in it is organic. Like chicken, rice, we're gonna come out with different flavors and stuff like that. It's basically like kind of like a cookie, but it's not processed and everything. So I used to give my dog like milk bones and all that, and those aren't good either. And those are like one of the most popular brands out.
All right.
So it's like the same concept, like just like little treat cookies, stuff like that, but it's all organic. There's no like processed stuff in it, none of that. So it's like, chicken, rice, like vegetables and stuff like that, and it's formed into a treat for the dog. They love it, they eat it, no issues at all. It's good for them, you know what I'm saying? It's healthy, helps clean their teeth with the way it's designed and stuff, like gives them the crunch and everything, and the way the wedges are, they're called yummy combs. They literally look like honeycombs and stuff like that. It just gives them ways like to eat it and to clean their teeth too. So
nice.